This is a lesson in basic tremolo for the classical guitar. So as an example for this lesson, I'm going to use exercise number 5, basic tremolo on open strings, from my ebook, 20 Favorite Exercises, which is available off of thisisclassicalguitar.com. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to walk you through the exercise, and then just nice and slowly, and then I'll go back and I'll give you a few tips on how to play the exercise. And if you want to, you can just learn from the video for free, or you can go and pick up the ebook off the website. And the ebook includes notes and tablature and fingerings and the other 20 exercises, of course, which there's videos for. So, like I said, first I'm just going to walk you through it very slowly, and then we'll go back and take a look at it and talk about how to practice it more. So it starts off on the outer strings, the low E string and the high E string, with a basic pattern of P, that's your thumb, A, that's your ring finger, M as your middle finger, and I, which is your index finger, so basically like that. And then you want to think of it as like a circle that keeps turning. So as you can see, the first half of the exercise, the fingers just stay on the high E string and the thumb just kind of gravitates from string to string until you end up on the same string, which is a really great exercise because when you practice tremolo on the same string, you can hear more clearly whether there's breaks between the fingers. Sometimes it's confusing when the bass string's ringing out all the time. It's hard to tell if there's a delay between the fingers, so a single string is really useful. And then in the second half of the exercise, the thumb stays on the low E, and the fingers move down through the strings. So that gives you kind of a well-rounded idea of what your hand would be doing in tremolo pieces. So it's a little more comprehensive. Now, a couple of ideas about practicing. I think the first thing that you probably want to look at is sequential planting. That is when you always have one finger planted on the guitar. So first the thumb is planted, and then as soon as it plays though, I don't know if you can see that in the camera, but the A finger plants down on the string. So it would be planting the A finger, then planting the M finger, then planting the I finger, then planting the thumb finger, then it's always one finger is planted one after the other. So, not very good for your legato because it creates a staccato kind of effect. But the good thing about it is it trains your fingers to be in the correct place for the next note at all times. It also is great for your speed training because if your finger's in the right place before you have to play, obviously you'll be able to play it quicker. So you'd go through the exercise like that. With nice heavy plants, very secure, very organized. And then of course switch and go to just complete legato without planting. To actually practice the idea of tremolo. Keep in mind that in tremolo, often the upper voice, the repeated notes in the fingers, that's the melody. Like the idea of tremolo is really to create the illusion of a sustained melody on the top. That's usually the case. So you want to make sure you're thinking of this as like a continuous melody, like this, except that, it's repeating itself so that sustain is increased. So you can go through with sequential planting. The other thing is about make sure to practice really slowly. Or if you're doing legato, you want to practice really slowly to gain control. A lot of people go through tremolo exercises blazing fast. You know, they do like they do this blazing fast stuff, but it's not very even. And even like there, I was going a little bit fast, and it's like not very clear on all the notes, not very refined. So whether you're practicing a tremolo piece, or just an exercise, go nice and slow. And just like make sure that you're pacing it and making it nice and even. Now, one other thing is that there's lots of ways to like do correction exercises if your tremolo is sloppy or uneven. And in the post on the article, which there's a link in the bottom of YouTube, you can check out some of the books that have extensive exercises on those things. This is just an introductory exercise. But a big problem with students is often like there's a delay between the thumb and the A finger. So it's like thumb, thumb. One possible way of correcting that is you can make up your own exercises. If that's where the delay is occurring, so between the thumb and the A finger, try putting those two together. If you practice planting those together, that'll encourage this finger to be more ready for the next note. And no matter what speed you're going, just make sure you're working on making your tremolo even, so you can always be improving. I think that's most of the things I wanted to cover, but again, this is kind of an introduction to tremolo for the beginner or intermediate player, and it's just a way of like it's like a workout for the hand in all the different places that you might end up playing tremolo, but you can check out those other books with other suggestions as well. Thanks very much.